Hey everybody, Blaze here, and I'm going to be doing my video response to my Q&A vid. Okay, so it's time to answer the questions. Okay, Captain D64 asked me, were you inspired to make your interview and parody vids, and if so, who inspired you and why? Alright, that's a good question, Cap. Alright, my alright, for first off, I'll talk about my interview vids. Well, for my interview vids, I actually saw an interview that was involving with Tigura 21, and he was reading a text interview, and I thought, what if I can just do that? What if I can just go and interview people? But I didn't like the whole text, like, send your questions to them, they'll respond idea. So I thought, why not just, like, somehow, like, talk to them, like, as in, like, a conversation or so. And then that's when I discovered Skype, and then I figured out about a call recorder, and then, yeah, I started recording calls, and that's how I started making my own interviews. And the reason I made my show is because I wanted people to, like, get informed by the people that they always watch their shows and this and that. I always also my show is also like a way for people to get noticed, like voice actors and inspired machine makers, this and that. So that way, people will realize them, and then they can get popular. Also, my parody is that I got the inspiration from Yusei the Synchro Hero because I like his style of how his comedy works. It's just voice acting and then random characters from different worlds, and then I thought, how about I make my own parody? And so that's how I started making my own Epic Randomness of Blaze parody that's coming out maybe in a few weeks or so. Hopefully, I'm still trying to get voice actors for it. Hope that answers your question, Captain. So now Maniac asked me, if you like anime, what's your favorite shows? Alright, well, my favorite anime would be Dragon Ball Z, Naruto Shippuden, and Gundam, because I pretty much, like, love those shows. And back when I was growing up, Dragon Ball Z and Gundam were the shows that I used to watch every day or so. Hope that answers your question, Sonoda. So now I forgot your name is. Anyway, Neon Togepi asked me, what would a Blaze Show texture hack look like? Oh, now that would be cool. A texture hack, like a Brawl texture hack, would be like, how about like a white and blue color? But if you could also do a white, black, and red on a Lucario, like in like a pretty awesome, badass way, that would be sick. And I would really appreciate you. I hope that answers your question. Sonic Hero of Tim 3 asked me, why did you come to YouTube? What did you want to do afterwards? Is it still the same reason today? Well, the first time I came to YouTube is that I had no idea what I was doing anyway. I just made an account and I never bothered using it. But then after a few months, I soon, like, later on, like, I call it start to realize people, like, were brawling like on YouTube or so, and I thought, like, okay, what if I introduce people myself to people who brawl? And that's when I started all brawling people, this and that. But then afterwards, I kind of thought of doing something else, and that's when I led to my voice acting, my parody show, and my interview show. And well, let me see, is this still the same reason why I came today? Well, technically, not really. So I hope that answers your question, Sonic Hero of Tim 3. Alright, and you also asked me, what made you start YouTube? Well, I started YouTube because of, well, technically, like, at first I didn't know what to do, but then, really, I soon figured out, like, I can start making my own thing, and then YouTube is a good way to get, noticed, well known, this and that. And I thought, okay, so maybe I can use YouTube someday to, get well known, get famous, this and that. And yeah, I hope that answers your question, Inuyasha. Oh, another question from Sonic Hero of 10-3. He asked, if you were a Transformer, what would you transform into? Well, I would transform myself into a Mustang GT. I really love that car. And that would be awesome, if I were to transform into that car. It would be sick. Midnight Blaze 101 says, how do you have so many accents? Where do you even get them from? Well, I got all the accents because of how I saw TV shows, uh, YouTube vids, and like a bunch of places really. And usually I wanted to try practicing how to do those voices and so, and then like once I kind of, almost sound like them, then I thought, all right, this is awesome. I can talk like them. And usually it was a way for entertaining all my friends. So yeah, I hope that answers your question, Midnight Blaze. Alright, Emerald Water Lily asked me, how'd you come up with the username Blaze1216J? Now that's a good question. Well, I came up with the name Blaze is because of how I like fire, and then I thought of what kind of, name that, involves the word fire. So I thought flame, I thought flare, I don't know. But then when I heard Blaze, I thought, that sounds good, not bad. So I just chose Blaze. 1216 on the name would be my birthday, December 16th. And the J is my first letter of my real name. Hope that answers your question, Water Lily. Anyway, that's pretty much it for most questions. And, hold up. There's one question from Minos. Want to brawl? Okay, I'll brawl you, sure. Can't wait to. Anyway, that's all the time I have. And, remember, if you ever want to ask me any questions, let me know, okay? Because I'll be sure to answer your questions. And, if there's anything else you want to know, just tell me, okay? And yeah, pretty much that's it. Hope you like my video response video, and remember, keep on asking me questions. Laters.